Let's take a look at solving systems of linear equations with three equations, three variables by matrices. Let's take a look at our first problem here. So we got 2x plus y minus 3z is equal to negative 6. X plus 4y minus z is equal to negative 5. 8x minus y plus 5z is equal to 32. Now, in order for this process to work, let me double check all of my numbers. Yeah, looks good. In order for this process to work, you have to have all of your terms with variables in it on the left side, and your constant term, your numbers, on the right side. The x's have to be in the same column, y's have to be in the same column, z's have to be in the same column, and numbers on the other side of the equals. Now, we want to write down a matrix that goes along with this. And how we do that is we drop the x's, y's, z's, and equals and keep the numbers in their signs. So we'll have 2, 1, negative 3, negative 6. Notice there was no number in front of the y, so the invisible 1 is there. If you're missing a variable, then you put a 0. So I'm going to have 1, 4, negative 1, negative 5 for my second row. And I'll have 8, negative 1, 5, and 32. Now this matrix has a size, and it's rows by columns. So we got 3 rows and 4 columns. So it'll be a 3 by 4. Well, let's go input this into our calculator. So I'm going to go into my matrix menu. This button looks like x and negative 1. That's actually our inverse button, but I'll refer to it as x and negative 1. We do second x and negative 1. I want to right arrow over to edit. And you see how A is highlighted? So I want to go ahead and press enter on that. You may or may not have numbers here. Don't really worry about it if you don't or you do, if you have different numbers. As we type in our new ones, it'll overwrite what's there. Now we want to put the size of our matrix in. So I'll do 3, enter, 4, enter. Rows by columns. Now notice there's 3 dashes here, meaning there's more to the right we can't see. You don't need to worry about that. As you type in your numbers, it'll automatically scroll over for you. So I'll do 2, enter, 1, enter, negative 3, enter, negative 6, enter, 1, enter, 4, enter, negative 1, enter, negative 5, enter, 8, enter, negative 1, enter, 5, enter, 32, enter. Now I'm going to double check myself. So I got negative 6, negative 5, 32, negative 3, negative 1, 5, negative 1, 4, negative 1, 2, 1, 8. Very primitive spreadsheet, so you can use your arrow keys to scroll around to check your numbers. Now once you get your numbers in, then you do a second mode to exit out. Now we're going to go through and we're going to do an RRAF on A. So that's where we just put our matrix. So that's what we're looking to do. RRAF stands for Reduced Row Echelon Form, and we'll talk more about that here in a minute. So I'm going to do second x and negative 1, right arrow to math, and you'll probably find it easier to up arrow to it. We want to up arrow until we find the RRAF. Make sure you choose the one with 2 R's. If you choose the one with 1 R, you'll get the wrong answer. So I choose that. Then I'm going to go back in my matrix menu, second x and negative 1, and under name, see how A is already highlighted? So I do an enter on A, and then press enter again. And we get 1002, 010, negative 1, 0013. Reduced row echelon form. You know it worked if your first 3 by 3 square here is a diagonal of 1, 0, everywhere else. That's what reduced row echelon form means. If you get anything else except for that diagonal 1, 0, everywhere else in its first 3 by 3, then it didn't work. And I cover that in a different video to tell how to handle that case then. This far right column is our answers. This first one will be x, second one will be y, third one will be z. How do I know it's in that order? It's the same order as our columns. See, I put x first here, y second, and z third. It'll follow whatever this order is. typically your answer is written in parentheses around it. So I got 2, -1, and 3. And that's our answer. Let's take a look at our second problem. I'm not sure why I'm showing you a second one here. I'm guessing this one comes up with nasty fractions, but let's see. It's the exact same steps as what we just looked at. 4x plus y minus 2z is equal to 7. This is the hardest part, writing it down correctly. And 5x minus y plus 3z is equal to 4. Let's see, 8, 7, 4, 1, -2, 3, -3, 1, -1, yep, 1, 4, 5. Okay. Well, let's write down the matrix goes along with it. Again, the x's had to be in the same column, y's had to be in the same column, z's had to be in the same column, and our numbers, our constant terms, in the other side equals. We'll drop the x's, y's, z's, and equals, and keep the numbers in their signs. So we got 1, -3, 1, 8, 4, 1, -2, 7, 5, -1, 3, 4. Double check all that. Okay. Size of the matrix is again a 3 by 4. And we're going to use RAF again. So let's go input the matrix in first. So I'll press clear to clear that out. Do second x to -1. I want to write her over to edit and do enter on A. Rows by columns, 3 by 4. So I do 3 enter, 4 enter. And now type in my numbers. So I got 1, -3, 1, 8, 4, 1, -2, 7, 5, -1, 3, and 4. And double check all my numbers. 8, 7, 4, 1, -2, 3, -3, 1, -1, 1, 4, 5. Now exit out, second mode. Okay, now we're going to do RAF on A. So do second x to -1, right arrow to math, and I'm going to up arrow to RAF, and press enter on it. Then do a second x to -1, go back in my matrix menu. I'm under the names menu, so I just do enter on A and enter again. Now notice we came up with decimals. We don't want decimals, and so we do math, enter to change it to fraction. So, and notice there's 3 dots here. It means you can scroll to the right to see more. You can press your right arrow key and it'll scroll over. And now there's 3 dots over here. You can do your left arrow key to scroll back. To change this to fraction, we do math, enter. And we get, let's see, 1, 0, 0, 42 over 29. 0, 1, 0, -83 over 29. 0, 0, 1, -59 over 29. -42 over 29, -83 over 29, -59 over 29. Okay. Did it work? Well, if your first 3 by 3 here is a diagonal of 1, zeros everywhere else, then it worked. So this one worked. And this will be our x, this will be our y, and this will be our z. Then we'll put parentheses around them. So we've got 42 29ths, comma, -83 29ths, comma, -59 29ths. And that would be our answer.